So what is the difference between a hobby and a business? Well, both can make money, but only one claims expenses and pays tax on the income. One is worth buying, it's a business. The other is not. It's an important distinction if you're buying a business and you don't want to make a costly mistake. So in this video, I'll talk about when is a hobby a business and when is a business a hobby. So as a business broker, I've witnessed firsthand the financial impact when hobbies are misclassified as businesses and buyers go ahead and buy them thinking they're onto a winner. So let me give you an example of where you can go wrong. So take Mike for example. Mike makes and sells dog kennels from his home. He's running a business. Now Steve down the road, he also makes and sells dog kennels from his home, but he does it as a hobby. How do you know? What's the difference? It's important to be able to tell the difference between the two. If it's a business, the income is taxable and the business expenses are deductible. But if it's a hobby, no tax is paid on the income and the expenses are not deductible. But what determines whether your hobby can be considered a legitimate business or just a hobby? The business or hobby issue isn't straightforward, and New Zealand's Inland Revenue Department, the IRD, will always have the final say. So talk to an accountant to ensure that you're not breaching any of IRD rules and it's a business or a hobby. So ever wondered why it looks like some hobbies can be written off as business expenses while others can't? Well, that brings us to what is a business? Now that self-same IRD says that a business includes any profession, trade, manufacture or undertaking carried out to make a profit. Now the courts have held that a person is probably running a business if the activity is carried out in an organised and coherent way and the person's intention is to make a profit. Now remember that intending to make a profit doesn't mean it actually must make a profit. An activity can make a loss and still be a business, but the intention to make a profit must be there. So establishing intention involves considering the person's words and the person's actions and their conduct. So what is a hobby? Well, a hobby is an activity conducted primarily for private pleasure or recreation. The hobbyist is not really interested in making a profit. They might sell some goods, but the sales are of secondary importance to what they're doing. So a business or hobby, deciding whether an activity is a business or a hobby is one of the grey areas of tax law. It depends on the scale and volume of transactions, the effort and time involved, and the dollars generated, the type of activity where the government relations have to be followed, and the intentions of the owner. So defining a hobby as a business isn't just about passion. It's about strategy, and in most cases a business will officially start when the owner buys or sells stock or starts providing services for customers. Why? Because both of these activities are at a significant profit-motivated level. Let's look at a simple example. Julie makes dolls from home. In any given year, she usually makes about one a month. She keeps one or two for herself and gives the rest to family and friends. Now, occasionally, people will pay money to Julie to cover her costs, but not all the time. So at this stage, Julie's doll making, well, it's a hobby, isn't it? Now, what are the crucial differences between running a business and indulging in a hobby? Well, because Julie's dolls prove to be really popular with her friends, she decides to have a go at making them on a more profitable basis. And she does the following. She approaches retailers to see if they will stock her dolls. Now, some shops are willing, and Julie agrees to supply them with a certain number of dolls per year. She buys a special sewing machine, which will speed up the production process. She buys a computer, a printer, and software, which she will use to manage orders and sales. She attends a basic marketing and social media course to help her promote her fledgling doll making. She buys a bulk order of raw materials and starts to work on her very first production run. She sells her first batch of dolls to a retail store called Dolls Unlimited, a local online store. Now she's changed the way she's running the doll manufacturing. It is now organised with the intention to make a profit. So the activity has changed from a hobby to a business. Now, it doesn't matter if she's not making a profit. She is now set up with the intention to make a profit. Therefore, she set up a business. Now, if you're still unsure, talk to an accountant well-versed in IRD tax law. They can help you make sound decisions in the best interest of you and your business. Now, Julie was advised to set her business up as a sole trader. And during that process, these were some of the questions she asked about setting her business up as a sole trader. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. See you again.